Hey guys, it's your girl Kizzy Rock, and yes, Kizzy Rock is my birth given name. I want to say hey to all my subscribers, new as well as season. Happy Saturday, guys. Hope you guys are enjoying your weekend. It's still early, almost 10 o'clock. Some of you guys are probably still asleep. So I was checking some emails this morning, and I decided to pull a random email. And this is to a young lady who basically says she's having a very, very hard time, a difficult time with all of this talk going on in regards to, masculine women, feminine women, masculine men, and all that stuff like that. And truth of the matter is, listen, don't get lost in the sauce. But again, this is coming from someone who, I create my own rules to a certain extent, and I'm not just going with the wave and the flow of what everybody's talking about. However, I will chime in with this. My opinion. So I heard this guy say something, I think it was on TikTok, and when he said it, it literally pierced my spirit. And there were so many women who absolutely agreed, and I agreed 100%. And that is this right here. If you are a quote unquote an alpha male, right, or a manly man or a masculine man, you will not have to run around saying that, right? You don't have to run around saying that. And then he also stated that a woman will know when she's in the presence of a masculine man that she cannot disrespect him. Meaning, even if she's feeling something up in her spirit and like you kind of want to spaz out, right? it's almost like there's like a block, right? Because you know that this is not the type of man who you can play with all kind of weight, right? Not the kind of man that you can handle like maybe you handled some of your exes in the past, who some would maybe consider to be feminine. And again, personally, I'm not one of these people who see feminine men as a bad thing. It just means they move different. They may not have all the rah-rah or all the, some of the character of masculine men, but I still don't believe that they should be disrespected. But I think it almost becomes a little easier, and sometimes not even intentional. But as a woman, you can start to lose respect, if a man is allowing you to literally just run him over. And one thing I have seen too is that sometimes a man can really, really be so in awe of a woman that he falls so in love with her that he kind of let his guards down a little bit, in the sense of like he don't want to offend her, or it's kind of like, well, I don't want to lose her, so I'll just kind of just shut down and just let her kind of run the show. In reality, with some women that becomes a turnoff. Truth of the matter is, and this is why, you see so many people, especially in our community growing up, you see so many women literally emasculating our men, our brothers, it goes on and on and on and on and on and on, right? Again, that's conditioning. It's conditioning. So do you jump on that bandwagon as well, because it is easier to go along the conditioning route? Or do you break that cycle because you're the chosen one and say, you know what? Okay, I may have seen this and seen that in our community or in my home or in my auntie's home, my uncle's home, or whatever the case may be. But I now know that's not the correct way, because at the end of the day, we all want to be respected, right? So I won't get in so much with the characteristics of the masculine and the feminine and all that stuff like that, because that can go in so many different directions. But ultimately, I'm just speaking on his comment, as well as your email, because you're struggling with, why am I not feeling like I can submit to him? And I know some of you ladies are saying this is not even a topic about submission, right? Different topic, different day. But personally, I don't believe submission is what a lot of people think that it is. No, you're not going to be a doormat. No, you're not going to be this and be that. So no, we're not going to even discuss that right now, because that can go all over the place. But this young lady she pretty much stated like she's having a difficult time not even submitting, that wasn't her word. It was more like respecting. And it's like he allows her to run over him, and it's crazy because she doesn't want to. But again, it's conditioning. So then again, I thought back on that email that I saw last week on TikTok, or that comment, I should say, and it is so true. Being a strong woman myself, when I am in the presence of like what people consider to be alpha male or masculine male, I'll use Pastor R.C. Blakes for an example, since all of you probably know him and most of you are here because of him. When I'm having a conversation with Pastor Blakes, or when he's speaking, I have such a respect. I see him in such high regards, not idolizing, but because he is a man of integrity and character, his presence alone states respect. So it's almost like, if I ever disagree with something, which I've never with him, but it's almost like if I disagree with something, of course, you still communicate that effectively. But let's just say I might be having a crazy day. I'm just saying in general. And I want to just kind of spaz out, right? Because I'm just moody that day. There's a block that's there. And it's just like, he's not even going to allow that. So it's not even about intimidation. It's about presence. It's about order. So when you are in the presence of a alpha man or a masculine man or just a manly man, you will automatically, I'm not going to use the word submit because I don't want to hear you guys' mouth, but you will automatically have a stance, and that you know there's a certain line you can't cross, right? Not can't cross the line, but in a disrespectful way is what I'm saying. Because you know either they're going to, first of all, they're going to just walk off. You know, they might check you and walk, and when they check you, you'll kind of peel back and then maybe even apologize if it's something very disrespectful, and vice versa. Because my experience with masculine men is not like they're trying to intimidate anybody. They're just demanding respect, and they will respect you as well, right? So you have to ask yourself a couple of questions. Is it generational conditioning? Is this something you saw all of your life? Did you see your mother basically run over your father, or your aunt run over your uncle? And literally the man is like tucking his tail because either he's just, I don't know, crazy in love with her. Maybe she has something over his head. Maybe he just, don't have that, well, I don't say that. So is it that, or is it, you're the one called to break that cycle? Because if you don't, your children is going to see you doing the same thing, and then the cycle continues. So then you would have to put the work in to unlearn things that you were taught, right? And then start to lay that foundation for your children and so on, so that generational conditioning does not continue. Because there's nothing proper about that. There's nothing proper about disrespecting someone, especially when that person is a person of order. And usually with these kind of men, they really have your best intentions at heart. So yes, they will challenge you, and my God, yes, they will challenge you, but it's for your betterment. And it may not fit, because it's iron sharpening iron. So it's like, and again, it's not that you can't voice your opinion. It's not that you don't have an opinion. You may completely disagree. So it's not about that. It is about keeping that respect and that order. So I'm telling you, as a very, very strong woman, when I am in the presence of manly men, for some reason, it's just naturally just kind of like my guards let down. But if I'm in the presence of, and again, it's not even intentional sometimes. It's just more so less like, I guess you don't feel safe, right? Or you feel like, well, if I don't do it, he definitely won't do it. So I gotta be in overdrive, and I gotta just kind of step on top of his head, not intentionally, but it's almost like, well, you know, So that's why I always question people, when they have all these complaints about their man and I don't respect him. Why are you with him? You chose him. So why are you choosing a man who you don't respect? That says more about you You have work to do. Because if I don't respect you, right? If I don't trust you, you know. So you guys have a great one. So no, sis, don't ever, all caps, ever make apologies about being a strong woman. Again, that strength is what's going to really hold the family down when things really, really get crazy. You know, when your man is going through a certain season or X, Y, and Z. So never apologize for being a strong woman. But at the same time, it's about learning to compartmentalize that. And I know what some of you women are saying. Don't harass my nerves this morning. Don't send me no emails because I didn't say anything about you should be submissive and you should just hold your. I said none of that. I'm specifically stating that when you are in the presence of a man, it's you move different. You move different. You know the line. Y'all know the line. Don't play. So you guys have a great one. It's your girl, Kizzy Rock.